Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I've got a junk journaling project for you today. I've got this tri-folded, flip out, multi-pocketed thing to put in a journal, or you could, got a little secret journaling spot there, nice little dangle, and yeah, it's all made from book pages and bits and bobs. So I started this on Saturday, finished it Sunday, and I also made a journal as well, and this is going in the inside of a journal. The journal's not finished or sewn together, but it is almost finished, so a very productive weekend. It's only a wee journal. Just trying to get it. So my thoughts were that this would go in the centre and actually be sewn in there to the journal, she says, but that's gonna oh, it'll have to be sewn in there. That was it. Be sewn in there so that that's on the outside. Yeah, I knew there was a way I'd done it because I'd worked it out and everything. So yeah, so sewn in to the signature there, because this is going to be a kind of naked journal. There's going to be a few pockets and tucks, but lots and lots of writing space in here, and I'm thinking of taking it on my next holiday and actually filling it in on a holiday. Who knows? Who knows if that'll happen? Anyway, I was inspired by Wendy Townsend on YouTube with this. Now, I watch videos when I'm crafting and don't always pay 100% attention. So I'll link Wendy's video down below. She actually did a fourfold. So I watched it whilst crafting and thought, oh, that's a good idea, I'll make that. And I made a trifold, and then I went to check out Wendy's video to to sort of double check something, and it was like I did it completely wrong. But anyway, that was my inspiration. So even though I did my own thing with it, so I'm going to show you what I did. So we sometimes have very large books. So this is a very large book. So I picked this up, £2 from a charity shop. I actually picked it up last year on holiday in Cornwall. Got this in lieu. And what I particularly like when I'm looking at books, oh, well, obviously that was another idea that I got from someone, is I like pictures that aren't photographs. And I thought these were lovely. And when I had a quick flick through, I thought, oh, tags. You know, obviously you'd have to choose between that one or that one, but I thought these would be so cool, and I quite liked, the words up there, although they are quite big, but just lovely illustrations. So I thought, oh, I could use a lot, and there's like hundreds of pages. Oh, I've taken the back out. There was 300 odd pages. I tend to sort of rip out a whole signature and then play with that. So I was looking for things to do with bigger book pages. So there we are. That's the whole signature. There's 318 pages in there. So that's quite a lot. So anyway, Wendy's thing was using a double page like that, and she made her quadruple flippy floppy what's it with that, which I think I will do, but not in this video. So I'm going to pick a page I quite like. That's quite nice. Something with lots of colour going across. I think we'll go with that one. Yeah, we'll go with that one. So this is, now I've got to do I remember what I actually did. So first thing was I literally just folded. I didn't measure. I just took it. So I wanted the top to be a little bit shorter than the others. So yeah, I think that will work. So, and then this one come over, because you don't want it to go all the way over, because this is the flap on the top that I'm going to put. So they'll not all be the same. But that's fine. You can measure if you want. I didn't want it. So that was the trifold. It's more or less what I did before. And then because I wanted it to go in this particular journal, I did sort of take a page and see where it needed folding up. And I'm folding up the bit where the writing is. So I did have a look at that to see where it needed to go. I didn't mind the rough edge. Did I keep the rough edge? She says, quickly check in. I mean, I'm saying now I don't mind the rough edge. I might have... No, I think I kept it-ish. I don't know, to be honest. I'm keeping it anyway. So, there we go. Take that up like so. And go across. So, that is simply how I did that bit. I might need to readjust. That does not look straight there. So now I'm going to take my bone folder and we'll give these creases a bit of a burnish. So this is really good for big pages, and I've got, which I might make next, I've got a really big atlas, and I thought making some map ones would be really good for a travel journal. So now what we need to do is open it back out, and you want to get rid of the bulk here, because that makes it, well, it makes it too bulky, a bit awkward for folding and things. So what I do is I just fold it in half. I put my scissors at the point where they meet and just take a smidge, a really little slither smidge off, like so. So you've still got like a full pocket, but it is not at the fold. There we go. So that's what I did there. I think what I did was I then folded this down a bit, so the edge of the pocket had a bit of lip. Well, if I didn't, I've just thought of that and I quite like it. So I had one going up and those going back. That was how I did it. So I had the pockets on the outside. Yeah, I did. Yes, what I did. I do actually think I trimmed the end, but I'm leaving it rough. Let's do this one different, then you can see the difference. There we go. And I am going to fold that down. That's what I like about junk journaling. You can just make it up as you go along. It's fab. So we did that, and then I came in with my corner rounder to round off some corners. Don't have to do this bit. I quite liked it. I didn't round the bottom corners, did I? Didn't round the bottom corners, I just rounded the top corners. I did round the corners on the pockets, but I'm not going to do these now because I've folded them down. I've gone a little bit off-piste and doing it a little bit differently. And then, of course, I came in and I inked all the edges. So I'll just do that bit quick. So there we are. That is the that's it, all inked up and ready. And of course I added pockets to these bits that don't currently have pockets, but there's lots of white space, and I filled the white space with some stamping. So I got out some of my sort of vintage stamp sets. These are all retired Stampin' Up sets. So I've got, I use that sort of partial sort of doily print. Love my Very Precise script. I use this script here and this large sort of postage themed one, and then my most recent acquisition is this sort of partial faded grid paper. Love it, absolutely love it. Didn't know Stampin' Up made a stamp like that. So I have got them all mounted up on blocks, ready to use, and I'm just going to get my soft suede, put some ink on them, and I'm just going to come in and randomly press down so I don't get, I'm looking where there's white bits and just pressing little bits on there. Actually a bit of script all the way along the top there would be nice. Yep. I might take that little postage mark there. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll have a bit of doily going on there. I won't be adding any bits to the back of this. I just leave it as it is. I like the pattern that's on the paper. That gives it a nice sort of interesting background. I will do something down there, but it's going to have tags in. So I think load of script all the way down there. Let me get that out so I can get to it. I think we'll go like so. Yeah, we need something up in the corner there. We'll have some grid. So not particularly thinking about it too much. There we go. So that's that side. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So that's them all done. I say that's why I chose something that had a nice long sort of plant on it, so it kind of had a bit on each of the tags. So now we just want to glue these down. So I'm going to glue these lips down. I didn't do this last time. I trimmed the edge off, but I really actually like this rough edge, and when you ink it, it looks really nice. So stick that down and then stick it. So just a little bead of glue. I am going to sew. You don't have to, but since I cleared my craft room up and it's so easy to get to my sewing machine, I'm just sewing everything. Before I would had to think about it. Like, do I really want to move all that stuff off the chair at my sewing desk, and then when am I going to put it? It's just going to get added to the junk that's already on the floor, and then if I'm going to do a lot of sewing, it's going to stay there, and then it will just literally stay there, and then more junk will get added to the chair, and then when I sew again, that's how it just builds up and builds up. So it's great. I've everything's got a home, and it all gets put away. I put a picture on Facebook of my craft of the weekend, and it literally took me 5 minutes to clear my desk again, so I was ready to film what I made over the weekend. Bliss. And it is, you know, it's weeks have gone by, and I went away for like 9 days, but nevertheless, it's still tidy. And I can find things. The other day I was looking, thinking, I want some washi tape. I've got all my Stampin' Up washi tape in my Stampin' Up drawers, but it's like, no, where's my junk journaling washi tape? And it's like, I know I put it somewhere and I put a label on it, and I forgot that in my shelves right above my desk there, I got all these lovely cases from the works, and I put it in that and labelled it. So that's that. So I need pockets, fronts for these. So I just got another book page. I've got some offcuts. Oh no, I'm using that for something else. Yeah, I've got some offcuts there. There's an offcut. So I can make myself some pockets out of this. Might be nice on that one, it's plainer, to have this pocket. That'll look nice. There's my little ruler. There it is. So rip that off there. Rip that off there. Yeah, that'll be a nice pocket there. So that's one of the bonuses of when you add pockets. And if your paper's not very thick, this isn't too bad, you can double it over to make it thicker, which I think I actually did on the other project, on the other one. It's like, well, I haven't doubled over the others. Just realised, hold that thought, but that's the inside and I put diagonal, so this needs to go on that one. Still fits, slightly smaller, but it's fine. It kind of matches all that foliage. There we go. Put that on there. Yeah, I did diagonal pockets on this because this is going to be the inside and that's the back. It's quite nice for the back, actually. Happy accident. So I cut some squares. So have I got a spare piece? Or am I ripping another out? Oh, they're doubled over in tags. Yeah, we'll have another page. Not that page. I don't think that would do one of these long ones much good. That's quite pretty. I might make a square out of that. And I might make a square out of that. So just gonna cut where the picture is. I'm gonna measure that a little bit so I've got an idea of what size I want it to be. So it is 3 1/4. Yep. So we'll go 3 1/4 that way. Three and a quarter that way. Oh, it's quite nice, it's yellow up there. That was a happy accident as well. There we go, that's cool. So we will now, I've got a butt end there, which is great. So I can butt that up. There we go, make myself nice little corner pocket for there. Cooking on gas. That's quite nice. That's succulent. I'm going for it. Gonna use this one, but it is actually a different different size on this side. So this one is actually 4 inches. See what this looks like. Oh. Before. Put that one on the outside. Yep, quite like that. Yeah, we'll have it that way. Yep, liking that. Right, so that's my corner pockets, and one of them I made a flip with a secret journaling spot. You could make both that. And one I just glued down. I'm thinking I might make that the secret journaling spot because it's bigger. So this one we'll just glue together. And I didn't do it last time, but I might sew this before I stick it down with stitch. Before I actually stick it down. And I thought about that afterwards. It was like, oh, I wish I'd sewn that pocket. So I might do that this time. Sew it before I stick it down. This one. I might sew round. Right, so we're going to see that. Don't have to go all the way across, the middle bit's going to get covered up. And it'd be quite nice that we'll have that little bit partially showing. So I will think about how I'm going to sew this. I might sew it flat and just go all the way across. So I'm going to sew round those. So those are sewn nicely, ready to pop on there. That one I sewed, started across the middle so that I went over the folded bit, then down and all the way around. So that is ready to go in there. And I think I'm going to sew around all of this before I put these down, otherwise they're going to be double sewed and I think that'll look weird. So I'm gonna put my tab on because I quite liked the look of it being sewn across. So I have the rounded tab topper punch, very lucky to have that. So got a bit here. This is actually been doubled over. This was going to be a small tag, but I'm going to use it for this so that my pull is quite thick, because that one's just a single layer, and actually it's all right, single layer's all right. Going to keep that then, change of mind, going to keep that. What's that going to look like? I've got enough of a pattern on there. because actually it becomes doubled when you do that. If I do it that way and I put an eyelet in, it'll be fine, won't it? I might just put a bit of ink on it. I love this stamp because there's so much going on. It's a really lovely vintage looking stamp. You've got all the script in the background, you've got a bicycle, a number, a flower, and you've got postmark there. Love it. Couldn't believe it when I saw it. There was a friend of mine who was after it as well. And he was like, oh, you beat me to it. It's like, yes, snooze you lose. So I'm always looking through. So many sites that sell off retired Stampin' Up stamps. And some of them are just so beautifully vintage. And they have... oh, I don't know what I was going to say there because I just had a message pop up and it kind of distracted me. Yeah, I mean, some of the, and Stampin' Up is such good products that they will last forever. There we go. Well, I don't know if anybody's proved they'll last forever. They've only been going 30 odd years, but I've had no issues with the things that I've got. There, that works nicely, and I say I can put my little eyelet in there. So I'm going to go and sew. There we are. So that is all sewn now. So I went over the crease mark, and on the pockets I sort of went back up the middle one. So they're all lovely and secure. So now I just need to sew these on. Ready, and that needs a bit of coffee dyed paper for journaling on. Sure, I've got a scrap here somewhere. There we are. Nice scrap. Let's get my ruler to tear it. I'll pick the ruler up. There we go. So where we got? I'll take a bit off that there. So tear that down there. That edge is torn, isn't it? No. So we'll tear a little bit off that. Tear off that. Do you know, I like that darker bit actually. Quick change of mind. There we go. I'll just ink that bit up before we glue it in place. I folded all these whilst I coffee dyed them to get these nice little creases, and what I like to do sometimes on a bit that's going to be journaled on, just put a little bit of script on there. I like it. So we're just going to put glue stick all the way around the middle. And then let me colour around the edge. might shove a little bit of extra on there for good luck. Stick that down. See a bit of that colour there, lighten up. Got a bit of stitching showing through the middle there. That just adds to it. Like it. Can you see that? Like it a lot. Right, let's put that fold in again now. There we go. So not going to get stuck in there. I haven't held it closed or anything because I want it to slightly bob up so the person knows to write that it's a writing spot. If it's completely hidden, they don't have a clue, do they? I say the person as if I'm gonna give this away or sell it. Well, I probably am actually, to be fair. There we go. Oh, and what an idiot. It's not a pocket. It could be, but I'm actually going to just glue the whole thing down. But it could be a pocket, and then you've got, it is a pocket. It is a pocket, Jez. I was right the first time. Right. Okay. Wipe all that glue off quickly. So dry baby wipe, wiping off the glue, and then I might take my embossing buddy, if I can find it, and it's because I've got my drawers open. So this is full of powder, take away static, and it will take away some of that glue. There we go. So that should now, yes, not sticky at all. Not sticky in the least. So, as I was saying, glue along two sides so you have a pocket as well as a hidden journaling spot. Oh. There we go. Glue that to the edge there. Just burnishing on the edge, not all over, just in case there is still a little bit of glue in there, but there shouldn't be. So yeah, it's not stuck anywhere else. Perfect, perfect. This is definitely a pocket. So we're going along two sides for this. So I'm sure I'm not alone in putting glue all over something that I didn't want to. And this is Collall glue, and it does kind of rub off really well. So it was easily rectified. I'm not sure if I'd have had so much success if I'd used Tombow. But rubbing it over with the embossing buddy does help. And I guess you could, if you haven't got an embossing buddy, if you've got some talcum powder, that will work, I imagine, because it's the same sort of thing. So There we go, pocket. So we have pocket, 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 hidden journaling spot, folds there, pocket, folds there, pocket, on the back, pocket. So we need 6 tags. 6 tags to go in there. So I think this might be quite long. So I will bring you part 2 of making the tags. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to watch out for part 2.